Hi Faith,
Hello.
you all right?
Yes, thank you. Are you?
Good, yeah, not too bad. So, can you introduce yourself first of all?
Yeah, my name's Faith Vargas. I'm one of the lecturers at the Chesterfield campus on stage 2 of the undergraduate adult nursing course.
Perfect, thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about your career so far?
So I started off as a student at Derby at the Chesterfield campus, but it was back in the day before the new building was built, so it looked a little bit different. We were just in like one of those temporary buildings that was falling apart, and we had like a microwave in a corner, and that was about it. I think the library was like 3 books on one of the shelves, so it was a bit different, but that's where I started my sort of nursing journey. And then after qualifying from there, I went to work on Neuro ITU at Sheffield, Hallamshire, and I stayed there for 3 years as a staff nurse. Really loved it there, and that's where I stayed until then I came into lecturing. So I just sort of had the one job, stayed in the one job as a qualified nurse, yeah.
So what made you go into lecturing?
I think just the positive experience I had as a student. I really loved the learning process. I was like really sad, and I quite enjoyed writing assignments and things. And the sort of inspiration of having a really good teacher as well, I think that makes a big difference. That kind of sparked a seed, and then I think that just grew and grew as I got confident as a qualified nurse. And I always hoped that one day I'd come into lecturing. It happened a little bit sooner than I thought it would, just through luck really, but I was really pleased that it did, yeah. So I think just always wanting to learn something new is just sort of something that's sort of in your veins really.
Okay, so if you weren't a nurse, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't a nurse, I think I'd probably really like to be an author maybe. I always really liked writing short stories when I was younger, and I've got sort of a bit of a philosophical brain, so I actually applied to do a degree in philosophy before I decided to be a nurse, but it didn't really go anywhere. So it's still a passion that I've got. So I think if I wasn't going to be a nurse, I'd definitely do something philosophical or to do with writing.
Okay, and if you could meet anyone, who would you meet and why?
It's difficult, but I think I would probably choose to meet Terry Pratchett. He's one of my heroes. I absolutely love all of Terry Pratchett's books. I've read The Amazing Maurice. I've read that about 15 times, and it's like worn thin in my bedroom. I love his imagination, and I think I'd just love to sort of sit down and have dinner with him and question him about all of the characters that he came up with and everything to do with his books. I mean, unfortunately, he's passed away now. So, I mean, that dream's out the window, but I don't think I'd ever get to meet him even if he was still here. But yeah, he's definitely a hero of mine.
And do you have a guilty pleasure?
Yeah, I think probably watching really bad TV. Got really, really, really bad TV. So I kind of like to sit down and watch Come Dine With Me, and I can watch it like for hours at a time, and it's just sort of that like really mind-numbing stuff that you don't have to think about anything else because it's that dull. But yeah, I only do it when there's no one else in the house because it's too embarrassing to watch it if other people know that I like to watch stuff like that. But yeah, that's
not your usual binge watch, is it?
It's not, no. Come with me. And I really like bad morning TV as well, like This Morning, Loose Women. That's sort of like really bad morning TV that my mum watches.
Have you got any hobbies?
I like crafting. Yep. So yeah, it's another really sort of old woman thing, but I like to do crochet and make like granny squares and make blankets and stuff. Just socialising with friends if that can be classed as a hobby. Walking, we do a lot of walking. Me and my husband and our daughter, we walk sort of everywhere because she's got a ridiculous amount of energy and we have to get rid of it somehow. So yeah, I like walking in the countryside.
And how would your best friend describe you?
I wouldn't like to know, to be honest. I hope they'd say I hope they'd say I'm quite relaxed. I don't sort of get wound up very easily. I don't get stressed very easily. So I think they'd probably say I'm a bit chilled out, and maybe I work a bit too hard. I like to work, which is really sad, but I still do quite a lot of clinical work. So some sort of like a 60-hour week for me is a good week. So I think they think I take work a bit too laid back, really, and quite doesn't really go together, does it? A workaholic and relaxed. But I think I don't get stressed about work, so that makes it that I want to work even harder, and I still like working at lots of shifts. I don't need a lot of sleep, so I can sort of do a night shift and then maybe go to the gym and then do a bit of work afterwards. Although that's getting harder the older that I get.
That's brilliant. Well, thanks for divulging some of those answers. Hopefully our students will be able to get to know you a bit better.
Right. Okay.
Brilliant. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Thanks.